Hello, we are the Ministry of the Real Truth, and welcome back to part 2 of textbooks of Aramaic documents from ancient Egypt, newly copied, edited and translated into Hebrew and English by Bezalel, Porten and Ada Yardini, containing the letters and an appendix of the Aramaic letters from the Bible. We did do this for a length of time, thinking we had recorded it, and stupid simple screen recorder for some reason decided it didn't want to record, so we have to do it again. We'll do it briefly, right? Yeah, so we're going to have a look at this book. Inside of this book, okay, this is the Adon letters, end of the 7th century BCE. This is the earliest Aramaic letter on papyrus. It dates from the end of the 7th century BCE, though an attempt has been made to predate it by a century. The letter is fragmentary and the provenance of the sender is missing. If the demotic line on the verse is correctly interpreted, the city is Ekron. Okay, and here's the recto: to Lord of Kings Pharaoh, your servant Adon, king of Ekron. May the gods of heaven, so several gods there, right? Probably a pantheon of gods. Or it could be related to the triune, but I don't think so. Heaven and earth and Shamayan, the great god. It's like a single, there's a whole lot of gods here, pantheon of gods, and there's a single god. Seek after the welfare of my Lord, Lord of Kings, Pharaoh, or the king, abundantly at all times, and may they lengthen the days of the Pharaoh or king's life like the days of the heavens and the waters, and so forth. The force of the king of Babylon has come and reached Afek, and they have seized and brought in all, for the Lord of Kings, Pharaoh, knows that your servants, okay, they've brought all the people to Babylon probably, to send a force to rescue me. Do not abandon me, for your servant did not violate the treaty of the Lord of Kings, and your servant preserved his good relations. So he's asking for him to come rescue him, through a letter probably. And as for this commander and governor in the land, and as for the letter of Sindur, verso demotic, what the Greek one of the Ekron gave to. Yeah. A parcel of family letters discovered at Hermopolis, Department of Archaeology, University of Cairo, Egypt, late 6th, early 5th century BCE. 6 of these 7 letters were written by 3 individuals to members of their family at Syene and Luxor. 4 letters went to Syene. The 4 letters sent to Syene all bear greetings to temples there, Bethel and the Queen of Heaven, Banit and Nabu. 1 letter was sent by Nabusha, and 3 by his younger stepbrother Banit. Of the 2 letters sent by this family to Luxor, 1 was jointly written by Nabusha and Banit, and the 6th letter, Jesus's names missing, contains greetings from Banit and probably from Nabusha as well. All 6 letters were written by the same scribe, probably from the same papyrus roll, one after another, in the order herein arranged. The 7th letter was written by a different scribe on behalf of Ami and sent to Atardimri at Luxor. The letters may be dated according to script to the late 6th or early 5th century BCE, and there's a list of them there who received these letters and what they were about. Okay, regarding garments of oil, shekels, wool, oil, beams, welfare of somebody, skins, beams, oil, and so forth. Vessels, oil, and a snake bite. And here's some letters here. Okay, it says here, greetings to the temple of Bethel and the temple of the Queen of Heaven, to my sister Nanahim from your brother Nabusha. I have blessed you by Ptah, that he may let me behold your face in peace. Greetings to Bethel Nathan. Greetings to Nkai and Ashash and Tashi, and etc. So maybe those are temples, or they're actually related to them, and probably relations to them, right? And now the tunic which you sent me has reached me, and I have found it completely frayed, and my heart is not attached to it because it's damaged, right? I do not like it. If I saw what you had in abundance, I would give it in exchange. For I vessel for RT, and now the garment which you bought for me to Syene, I am wearing, and now let me bring us castor oil, and we shall give it in exchange for oil. Castor oil, you take that if you got constipation. Yep, it's like a bowel loosener, but yeah, used for other things as well, right? It was recommended if you ever had that problem, you swallow castor oil in the old days. Now, do not be concerned about us, etc., etc. Take care and protect Bethel Nathan from against Habib. Maybe that's a temple, or that city, whatever. And now, if I find a trustworthy man, I shall bring dispatch something to you. Greetings to blah blah blah, son of Shug. Greetings to the whole neighbourhood. I have sent this letter to inquire about your welfare. How are you doing? Greeting to his father, Sami, from his servant Nabusha, and so forth. Okay. All seems well. He's asking for as well. And then this one's greeting to the temple at Banit in Syene, and then to his sister. Maybe his sister's in that temple, I'm not too sure. Blessed you by Ptah. I blessed you by Tar. You never say the P, right? It's like Ptolemy, don't say Ptolemy. That he may show me your face in peace, and so forth. And you're talking about money. You bought olive oil, perfumes, or something like that. A tunic. And another greeting to a different temple. I have blessed you by Tar, that he may show your face in peace. So these people were embracing probably these Egyptian gods or something like that for a while there. Greeting to another temple of Banit and Syene. He's blessing him on behalf of Tar, or through Tar, and all these goodies that he's bought. He's telling him about that, and even more letters to different people. And what is that? This that you have not sent a letter to me. And as for me, a snake had bit me, and I was dying, and you did not send to inquire if I was alive or if I was dead. I have sent this letter to inquire about your welfare, yeah, and also to tell him, why didn't you turn up when it was reported I got bitten by a snake? You know, you weren't there for me, bro. Another letter to someone, blessing him through Tar. And this one's to his mother. Sent blessings of welfare and life, and so forth. Was this private letter, mid-5th, early 4th century BCE. And some information on that one. Okay, so it may not even be a letter. One letter of the end of the century was written by Hoshea, son of Nathan, maybe that's Hosea, and two other letters by Hosea. May be the same person. They may be the same person wrote that letter, or that person that received it's the same person. Who knows? Here's some more. And these basically lead up to where these Jews in Persia, somebody destroyed the temple and the fortress. You know, he didn't like them, so he was telling all this rubbish to Darius, the king at the time, and so he sent these Egyptians out there. Apparently, he says, "I employ these Egyptian troops to go there and destroy it." So they did, and then these people said, "Can you help us to rebuild it? You pay for it, all that sort of stuff. We'll go there. Give us all your lambs and goats and rams, all that sort of stuff, so we can go there." Because basically, Darius was a tool. He wasn't the Messiah, he wasn't a Mashiach, as some people try to tell us in Isaiah 45:1. That's a load of rubbish. Maybe Mashiach is like a rescuer or a reliever or something like that in that sense. But yeah, he's not a Messiah, right? He's just a tool used by God to free the people from Babylonian exile, so they could worship him, go back and rebuild the temple in Jerusalem and all that sort of stuff, and rededicate themselves to that God, one true God, and all that sort of stuff, right? So some evil guy, Verdanga, in the kingdom of Persia, says, blah blah blah, and he sent these Egyptians or whatever to go destroy that fortress, that temple in that fortress, and they carried off the goodies inside it, apparently. So they pleaded with the king, "Can you let us go there and fix it," and all this sort of stuff. And I guess he decreed, that they could do that. But there's certain others who were told, they got to keep away. They were requested of the king to keep them away, while we're doing it. And he eventually said, he decreed it, just leave them alone, let them do it. But he wanted to destroy it, because he said to the king, king's son, Artaxerxes, if you let him build it, they're going to rise up, and then they're going to pay their taxes, etc., etc., and then they'll probably rebel and all this sort of stuff. So he made a decree, on behalf of this guy, go and destroy it, all this sort of stuff, right? And then they made a request later on to be able to go and fix the temple in Jerusalem, and this guy opposed it. Once they built it all up and stuff, they got all the stuff back from Babylon that was seized, all the gold and silver, whatever, right? All this sort of stuff. And this guy, he wanted to destroy that as well. What's to say here? Recto, to my brothers Jedaniah and his colleagues, the Jewish garrison, your brother Hananiah, may God the gods seek after the welfare of my brother at all times. And now this year 5 of King Darius, it has been sent from the king to Sames. Now you thus count 14 days in Nisan, and on the 14th at twilight observe the Passover. That's like the preparation day before the Sabbath day. And from the 15th day until the 21st day of Nisan, observe the festival of unleavened bread. 7 days eat unleavened bread. Now be pure and take heed. Listen up. Do not do work on the 15th day, on the 21st day of Nisan. Because you originally had the Sabbaths that were, you had the first of the month. It's the sign of a new year, was the full moon, right? And that was just a Day of Atonement, like the high priest would go on a hill or something like that, or mountain or whatever, and slaughter these unspotted lambs or something like that, right? And then the blood will be sprinkled over the house of Israel, all that sort of stuff. So you had like a preparation day where everybody did their housework and cooked their food and all that sort of stuff, because they couldn't do any work, anything that was considered work, like house cleaning or baking or anything like that, cooking food, whatever, because that next day was a high Sabbath. Okay, so you had the first, which was the indication of a new month and a new moon. Okay, the months supposedly consisted of 29 days. They had an extra 30th one, just in case they couldn't see that crescent moon on the 29th, so they'd have the extra one, and then hopefully that's it, right? Because then it'll lead up to the next day, which should be a full moon, not a Sabbath. So then they would do all this work their toil, whatever, for 6 days. Okay, preparation days is like the 6th day, and then their Sabbath would be on that day, right? So, first of the month, new moon, Day of Atonement. 6 days later, right? Let's say of the month, that would be the 7th, which would be that's a date, right? Not the actual 7th day. That would be the date of that month. The 6th day. You got the full moon, and then Day of Atonement, and then you got 6 days, right? Okay, to do all your stuff. So that would be the 7th day. Hang on, got confusing here. Got the first day of the month was indication of the new month, a new month. Okay, then the next day is like not a Sabbath or anything like that. I'm gonna have to write this down. Sometimes it's confusing. Then I write it down again from what we remember. Okay, so we don't confuse ourselves what we're doing. Okay, so you have the first of the month, which is a new moon day. Okay, that's Day of Atonement. That full moon in the sky is a signal of a new month. Okay, the Day of Atonement was when they got that unspotted lamb or whatever from their flock, lambs or whatever, goats, and slaughtered them on this sacrifice, and then they took the blood of that beastie and sprinkled it over the house of Israel for the forgiveness of their sins, right? So let's say that's the first of the month, right? Their months were 29 days. They had a 30th as a backup, just in case you didn't see the crescent moon on the 29th, you might see it on the 30th, right? Okay, so then again, the first day is the first of the month, sign of the new moon, sign of the new month, right? A fresh new start. Okay, then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of toil, work, whatever you did. Okay, so let's look at let's use a normal day-to-day calendar, your Gregorian, your Julian Gregorian calendar, right? Say if Sunday was the first, right? That's when the new moon, the new month starts, right? So you go, the next day will be 2nd, say March, right? So 2nd of March. Yeah. So the first is the new moon, sign of a new moon, new month, not a Sabbath. Okay, Day of Atonement. So you go 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, right? So that's the 6th day, which is a preparation day. Okay, so it would be on your calendar, that would be March 7th, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's preparation day. You do all your meals, your house clean, all that sort of stuff, because when the sun sets, that's the start. When it gets dark, right? The sun setting, that's the indication of that Sabbath, that high Sabbath coming in, right? So you can't do any work. You can't pull your boil out of the mud or whatever, or what was stuck in there, whatever, right? That's considered work, right? So on the 8th day, it's a Sabbath. It's a chance to reflect on what God's done for you over the last month or whatever, right? Okay, so you have the 8th, and you do another 6 days. Okay, and it's a preparation day, which should be the 14th. So the 15th is the Sabbath. Okay, you do another 6 days. Okay, and then what's that? 8, 15. What am I doing? 8, 15, 22nd. Okay, 22nd should be the Sabbath, and you have the 29th, 7 days later, right? But before that, you have the 21st, the 28th, which are what do we just call it? Preparation days. Okay. So in your in the book of Exodus, where the people were moaning, "Oh, you sent us out in the desert and we're starving to death. We've got no food." So God drops the manna, right? And they were told on that 14th of Nisan or whatever month that was, right? You can pick it up, take home as much as you want, eat as much as you want, but don't go picking it on the 15th because that's a high Sabbath, right? plus logic and common sense left overnight. You probably get flies all over it, bugs, it starts going rots fast, whatever, right? So some people snuck around and picked it up. Greed, right? Whatever. So they were punished for that because they broke God's commandment. Okay, they picked it up on the 15th, which is the high Sabbath day. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, so the 29th, using that modern Gregorian calendar as a reference. Okay, what's it called? What's they called? The World's Last Chance website, lastchance.org. They explain it all, right? It was all based on the Creator's calendar, which is a lunar solar calendar, not the Papish or Vatican lunar calendar, right? So it was all to do with the Creator's calendar when he made the two great lights, the sun and the moon, okay, for day and night, signs and seasons and all that sort of stuff in Genesis. Okay, on the 29th, you would see, hopefully you would see that crescent moon. Okay, if you didn't, as we said earlier, you had the spare day, the 30th day, so you'd hopefully see it then, and then the next day would be a non-Sabbath day, the Day of Atonement, according to the scriptures, right? And it's not a Sabbath, and you go on from there. So yeah, all these 7-day Adventists, etc., that use that Julian or Gregorian calendar from the what do you call them? Roman Catholics. Right, it's a Roman Catholic based calendar. In those ancient days, they had like 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, right? But they changed it to 7 days. Okay. So that's what everyone's referring to. So these 7-day Adventists again saying, oh, the two Sabbaths are on that every Saturday according to that calendar. So they're using that Roman Catholic calendar to determine their Sabbaths. Okay, when originally it supposedly said that the Jewish, the Hebrews, whatever, changed it over time. Somebody changed it, right? And this World's Last Chance says, we have discovered this and we're repairing their breach. Okay, someone along the way, according to the scriptures, changed the times, the days, the seasons, all that sort of stuff, even the Sabbaths. Okay, but their branch off, the breakaway from this says, no, they're wrong. They're totally wrong. It's not the 8th, 15th, the 22nd, and 29th. It's the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. Right? Okay, but the original World's Last Chance said, no, you're wrong. This is what it says in the scriptures, in Exodus or whatever, right? Okay, we can bring you a video on that using the original Aramaic. Lishana Atika Saprea, translated into English from the Tav Ashret, okay, which was copied by scribes by hand around 800 BCE in Urhai, Edessa, now modern Turkey. So we can bring that to you, okay, that your Sabbaths are actually wrong. We can verify it, we can prove it, okay. There's plenty of evidence out there that you're worshipping on the wrong days, okay. But there's nothing wrong with using this calendar, modern calendar today, to determine those Sabbaths, okay, those true Sabbaths. There's no sin using it, okay. You're not going to go to hell because of it. Yeah, someone else might come out, oh, you're going to go to hell because that sort of crap. Yeah, don't believe that baloney. Okay, they think they know better than someone who's done the research, right? Okay, because they're determined to push their particular religion, right? Okay, because that's how they've been wired. Okay, you're not conforming, so they come at you. Okay, so basically, back to this. Okay, now you thus count 14 days in Nisan, and on the 14th at twilight, isn't that when darkness, the sun goes down, right? Right? Darkness approaches. Observe the Passover, right? That's when they were freed from Egypt, right? Okay. That's when the blood of the lambs were painted over the or spread over the doors of the Hebrews, right, or Israelites, so that death that was coming would bypass them and go to the Egyptian houses and take their eldest son, all that sort of stuff, cause them problems, right? Okay, so where are we again? Yeah, See, here's the verification. Do not do work on the 15th day and on the 21st day of Nisan. Okay, because yeah, it's about right, something like that. Seems wrong here. If it's on the 21st. Oh, okay, yeah, saying on the 21st day of Nisan, observe the festival of unleavened bread. 7 days eat unleavened bread. Maybe it's a little bit different, okay, because that 22nd should be the Sabbath, okay, or unless, I'm going to have a look at here, unleavened bread. That means it's got no yeast in it, right? It's that matzah bread, right, that the Jews make. Okay, add a bit of salt, whatever it is. Okay, we've got the recipe for that, but we never tried it. We never tried to make it. Yeah, so basically it says here, be pure and take heed. Listen up, right? Be holy, be righteous. You have the right mind and take heed. Listen up. Do not do work on the 15th day of that particular month, Nisan, and on the 21st day of Nisan. Okay? Well, it's a preparation day anyway. Okay? But this is probably special. Yeah? Because they wouldn't say, you don't work, don't stop, don't do work on Nisan, a preparation day. So it must mean something different. Okay? According to this.